Hello and welcome back to the podcast. So to start with a little bit of a story today. So I had a direct message from someone a few weeks or so ago. And I don't know what it is about estate agency world, but I think as soon as you launch anything with estate agency in the title, as if by magic, like you get spammed by every lead generation company under the sun, whether you have an estate agency branch or not. So when your business is called the Estate Agent Consultancy, obviously that ticks a few keywords with regard to people in the lead generation world. And I get bombarded as much as you'll get bombarded. So I feel your pain. So I got an email from a chap basically saying, "Hi, really great news. Would love to work with you. We specialize in writing email content for marketing, and we don't charge anything." Well, effectively, what we charge is a percentage of any revenue that we additionally bring into your business. So basically, we bring you sort of, I don't know, £1,000 and we charge you 100 quid on it, for example, which I love the sound of because I'm a big fan of sort of results-based industries and results-based businesses. And that's pretty much what we hang our hat on at the Estate Agent Consultancy. We benefit from the success of our clients. So if our clients don't do well, we don't do well. So we're all in the same boat together. So the fact this person came to me and said, "Look, we're kind of doing the same sort of thing you are," which is where we will write your bulk emails for you. And if they bring in a lot of business for you, we'll take a percentage off that. And I thought, great, well, that seems really, really fair. Let me investigate this a bit more. So I took the company's username from their email account and popped straight onto social media, went onto Facebook, opened up Instagram, and also opened up Threads as well, as if anyone's on Thread these days, but we are. So popped onto those and had a look on there. And their last post on their social media was 6 months ago. And it wasn't a very good post. It was a Canva special sort of thing. So instantly, that went from something that I looked at and I thought, okay, this sounds quite cool. And this sounds like a possibility for our business to I'm putting this in the bin and deleting that email very quickly. Now, the reason why is because, especially from their point of view, I mean, they're a marketing company and their social media marketing is terrible. So that doesn't give me the best impression in any way, shape, or form. Now, you should be learning this lesson in your estate agency business. Now, let's say, for example, I know most people listening to the podcast will work on the sales side, but the letting side is a good example of this. So let's say, for example, I put a rental property onto the market and I take one picture with my iPhone. It's got my finger in front of the lens and the house is an absolute mess inside. Now, does anybody who is looking at that think that I am the best managing agent in the South, for example? Probably not, because if I can't take a picture correctly, then what chance have we got that I'm the best person to look after their property? So what we're effectively looking at here is kind of your digital shop window as a business. And the bad news is you don't know where people are looking. So for example, they might be looking on your Facebook account, they might be looking on your Instagram account, they might be looking on your Threads account. I know you updated that last time about 6 months ago. Might be looking on your listings, might be looking on how straight your boards are when they go up in the local area, whether that leaflet is screwed up when it went to their post box earlier on today. All these things we will look at and they'll basically judge you and your business off the back of. Which the annoying part of it means that you need to be really, really good across the board. There can't be any flat tires in your business. Now, you've got 4 tires on your car, I would imagine. And if 3 of them are brilliantly pumped up, then great. But if one of them is off the rim, dragging along the ground, you're not going to get very far. So all your tires on your car need to be pumped up to roughly the right sort of PSI. And it's exactly the same for your business. You need to look at it and go, actually, what's my strongest aspect? And it might be great. I'm fantastic at presenting my properties. I've got professional photographs, I've got drones, I've got video tours, all this cool stuff for my business. Great. Okay, brilliant. Well, that's a big tick in that sort of digital shop window for yourself. What about though if I went onto your social media and I went through it and I scrolled through it and it was like Canva post, Canva post, Canva post, Canva post. Do I think to myself, this person's really in touch with their local social media marketing? No, I think they copy and paste from their head office and it's very generic stuff and that no one's ever going to read. It's got like one like from someone's mum 2 weeks ago sort of thing, and that's about it. But if I went on that same website and there was lots of sort of personal content, as in you talking to the camera about properties you've sold and what's happening in the local area, in the local marketplace and successes you'd had, and I watched that and I was like, oh my God, that's the end of my road. Oh my God, that's round by the school. I'd be like, tick, box ticked, thank you very much. So we have no idea where people are going to look at our business and say, actually, are you the right agent for ourselves? We've all had that moment's thought where we've had a property come on the market with ourselves where it's a bit of a dive, and I'm being polite on that one. And we've looked at it and gone, oh, do I really want to do professional photographs of that property? Do I really want to do a floor plan? I mean, Lettings is renowned for not doing floor plans because they rent out in like 30 seconds. So why bother, right? but you're not doing it for that tenant. You're doing it for that landlord who's looking at that property going, shall I rent out with these guys? Exactly the same way on the sales side of things. You'd look at it and go, why should I sell with this agent when they can't even take a picture of property correctly? Why would I sell with this agent when that board's been in that hedge for the last 6 weeks? So clearly they don't know what's going on. Why would I sell with this agent when they've left my gate wide open when they've come to deliver a leaflet and they haven't bothered closing it on the way out, sort of thing? So these are all the aspects that go forward in building your brand as a business. And as I mentioned earlier, the annoying part of it, you've got no idea where people are looking at any one time. So therefore, you need to be on it at all times. So I've been quite vocal about this historically. I hate Facebook. Facebook is just like the worst place in the world, sort of thing. If it isn't people trying to scam me out of money, it's people trying to marry me and whatever else it might be, which is very flattering, but probably not the right sort of people to marry, I would imagine. Now, I post on Facebook 3 times a day. We have a Facebook group that is running all the time and has lots of members in it, and that's all really good. People sort of who don't listen to the podcast, they might look at it and go, Chris actually quite likes Facebook. Spoiler alert, I don't. But as a business, we need to be in there because we don't know where people are looking. Same for Threads, same for Instagram, same for TikTok, same for YouTube, same for the way we present our marketing, our emails, everything else we do needs to be a high standard because at one time, if we drop the ball, that's gone. So, for example, a small mistake that someone made in our team a while ago is they made a slight spelling mistake in one of our bulk emails. And I wouldn't say I overreacted, but I certainly jumped on it very quickly. Because if we haven't got that attention to detail on an email, for example, then what kind of does that teach the public with regard to how much attention to detail we have when it comes to looking after their businesses? So things like that, mistakes just don't need to happen. So therefore, everything needs to be checked, double checked, and triple checked to make sure everything is 100% before it goes out into the world. I know that in the estate agency world, you can be rushed and you can be panicked, and vendors say, look, can you please get on the market by Friday? But in those situations, you need to draw a breath and go, actually, make sure this property is 110% before it goes online. Especially when you look at the number of properties or number of the emails and details the property will get sent out to in the local area. You think you've got a big mailing list. You wait till you look at Rightmove's mailing list. It's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who get sent updates for properties in their local area. And if your property is half finished, is missing the floor plan, is missing a video tour, you haven't done the premium listing yet at all, for example, because you're doing that later on, they don't know that. That's your one chance to get in front of that person who lives in the local area and say, wham, this is how we present properties in the local area. And if you go and investigate us behind the scenes and you go onto our social media, for example, or you go on our video tour or our YouTube channel, wham, 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 thank you very much. These are all brilliant aspects of our business, and we've got the case absolutely wrapped up across the board. So this is why you need to make sure you are tidying up and making sure everything is immaculate as it possibly can be. Never put a property on the market and just go, it's just a rental, it's just a small house, it's just a studio, it's just a do-up or whatever it may be. The way you present that property shows the world how good you are as an estate agent. So never, never forget that. Right, that is it for today's podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure everyone's suddenly panicking and putting lots of stuff on their social media off the back of that. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll catch up with you really, really soon.